Hey Gemini, what's up gang? Hope everybody is well. We're gonna go ahead and look into your finances, okay? Career and financial stuff, what you can expect moving forward, where you're at right now, whatever Spirit basically wants to talk about when it comes to your financial situation, okay? So if that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That will have all the information that you need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and just jump right into this. For your intuitive messages, we had two come out, the UFO, and we had the tree that's sprouting some growth, okay? So I feel like whatever your financial situation is right now, it's been a long journey. You know what I mean? Like, you've been on a long journey when it comes to your finances. You've been up, you've been down, you've been here, you've been there. Some of you guys might travel for work here. I'm seeing that. Some of you guys might feel like you've been very steadfast at something and you're finally starting to see some kind of results here for sure, or you're making a slow go at something, okay? But either way, you can expect some kind of movement or growth in your finances. The spaceship is kind of giving me the energy here too, that there could be opportunity that's coming in. Maybe you're not expecting this. Maybe this has been on the way to you for a very long time, but whatever the case is, it's like it is something approaching you perhaps. We have the sun coming out, happiness and well-being, health improves. It says Leo, open-minded, all clear, and a light after a dark period. So the sun is an incredibly positive card to get in your financial reading because it's talking about abundance, it's talking about growth. It's definitely talking about something improving, the health of your finances, your bank account improving here. Maybe you're being more open-minded, you're being more flexible when it comes to your finances. Some of you guys could have like a side gig or a side hustle or something that is really starting to pay a decent amount of money, and it's becoming something that feels like it could be more realistic, maybe for the long term, depending on what you do, you know? Either way, what I'm getting here is with this light after a dark period, and again, that spaceship, it's like, you know, there's been something where it's been a long run with something. There could have been a period of stagnation or a period of darkness or feeling like things weren't working out for you for whatever reason when it comes to your finances. So you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're starting to see some growth, or this is what's coming towards you. Something is definitely improving or getting better, okay? The sun also talks about popularity. It talks about recognition, okay? It talks about being bright and shining, being center stage. And for some of you, that could be the energy, like maybe something is about to gain recognition or you're about to be center stage when it comes to something. Like, you are going to be shining very bright, okay? I feel like a lot of you have maybe possibly feeling very tied down or frustrated when it comes to your finances, like feeling like you don't have a lot of room to move or to grow, but that is changing. What else do we have here for Gemini's finances, please? Their financial situation. We have the Pale. It says time to get out of a situation. It says backing out of a contract, sell your stock, leave before you get too deep, and set up to fail. Yeah, that's how I feel like you guys have been feeling, like maybe it's time to remove yourself from a situation. And this could definitely be the clarity here with the all clear. Some of you maybe have been waiting, right? Like, do I want to remove myself from what I've been currently fixated on or focused on? And do I want to kind of zoom in towards some new growth, right? Move towards something different, try something new out. And if that's the case, yes, the Spirit is saying that maybe it is time to do that, you know? This doesn't necessarily mean that whatever you were doing wasn't, you know, like it was for nothing or time was wasted. It kind of feels like there's this energy here of maybe feeling like there's something better out there, or maybe just feeling a little bored or uninspired with wherever you're at right now, you know? We have an older man on the bottom of the deck. This could definitely be talking to my older masculine energies. You could definitely be feeling like maybe you're ready to back out of a contract, or you want to sell something, or maybe you feel like something was set up to fail. Like, they're giving me like the movie The Money Pit, where they move into that house and it's like the doorknobs start falling off and you know, like things start breaking and crumbling, and it's like, whoa, we were sold a money pit, which is basically something where you're just gonna have to keep putting money into it, keep investing in it, you know, and it's not worth the money that that you already spent on it. So some of you might feel that way, like maybe you bought a house or you bought a business or you bought into a stock or something, and it's like, this is not giving me what I need, or in fact, this is taking money from me, okay? Some of you might, listen, this is not for everybody, but this is for somebody, and I got to give the messages, okay? There could be masculine energy where you feel like this about your marriage. You feel like something's a money pit. Like maybe you invested in this person and you didn't realize they had a lot of debt, or you didn't realize that, maybe they were going to use you or take advantage of you, or maybe they, they're going to need a lot of money or a lot of finances. Like for whatever reason, a marriage or a connection could be draining somebody. That's not for everybody, but that is a message that's coming through. And I feel like for some of you guys, you want to leave before this gets too deep, What do we have here for Gemini's money and finances, please? Their money and their finances. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, guys. What do we have for Gemini's money and finances moving forward, please? What do we have here for Gemini? Oh, we have... Okay, I'm not going to take all this, but I will take the one on top, because sometimes with these cards, they just flip out in chunks. But I've always told myself, if that happens, I'll just take the top card. So we have coins coming in. Yes, we do. We have coins coming in. It says money will be coming to you, financial issues will be clearing up, and ships will be coming in. Now, when the cards were kind of exploding there for a second and nothing was really popping, I did see the frying pan card, and it makes me feel like some of you guys might be feeling like you're finally getting out of a really pressurized situation or really heated, intense situation, right? Where maybe there was a lot of negotiating, or there was a lot of like feeling not great, or feeling like the pressure, the heat was on to maybe perform or achieve something or fix something, pay something off, okay? Something is clearing up and ships are coming in for you though, all right? For some of you that kind of essentially see the light, that you need to leave something behind, you're actually walking into something else that's going to be very lucrative for you, which is why sometimes we have to let the towers fall in our life when we can't exactly stay stuck on a certain thing, a certain mindset, a certain job, a certain path, because sometimes that path is not taking us where we need to go. If we continue to hold on to things that are not working for us or not in alignment for us, we can actually end up doing more damage than good, okay? So I do feel like the issue is clearing up, but it could be, after you see that it's time to move forward, okay? What else do we have here for money for Gemini gang, their money and their career? What do we have here? We have January coming out. We're going to put that there. Capricorn, Aquarius energy, but this January card does say high expectations on it, and I feel like y'all do. Like some of you guys have very high expectations when it comes to something. I'm also feeling like if you're working with other people, you could have very high expectations for the work that somebody's doing or the promises that they said that they were going to give. Like for some of you, they might have like promised, like if we could just get over this hump or get just past this next 3-month stretch or whatever, we're going to be rolling in dough. We're going to be rolling in the money, right? Or somebody might have said, if you just let me build your website or market, for your brand, build your brand for you, do your PR, whatever, it's like you're going to see an explosion in growth. And you're like, am I though? Right? For some of you guys, like I feel like you're starting to doubt just because how his nose, it looks like Pinocchio. It always gives me that feeling of somebody who's like a liar almost. And it's like you had very high expectations for this person or this situation, and it's like it did not pan out the way that it presented itself to, okay? Some of you guys could have hired somebody, hired an artist, or hired I don't know, I'm getting like hiring somebody. And it's like, I had very high expectations for you, and I am not feeling like this is worth what I'm paying, or I'm just not feeling like this situation is panning out. Or again, maybe this is your boss. Maybe this person keeps telling you like, oh, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there, and you never get there, It so reminds me of my last job where my boss used to tell us all the time, oh, we're going to get there, guys. We're going to get there. It's like, where is there? Can you please explain where there is? Because I feel like this mystical there does not actually exist, right? Like that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting for somebody. And if that's the case, that could definitely be why you're feeling this need to get out of whatever this situation is. Like leave before you get in too deep, because this person is just spinning fantasies, spinning fairy tales or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm going to back out of this contract. I don't feel like it's worth it, or I'm going to leave, or I'm going to find something else to put my focus on, or maybe I'm going to focus on something that feels closer to my own sense of authenticity here with the sun. You know, like this could be like leaving something behind and focusing on what you really want to focus on, especially if like you're creative or you're very talented, you're very skilled, maybe you're a performer when it comes to something. It's like I could be really making money doing something else. That's what I'm getting. We have Cobweb. This is one of my, if not my favorite card in the deck. It's Bubble of Light, cloaked by the divine spiritual warrior, and it says protected from negative forces beyond your control. So your money, your financial situation is protected. And I know that might be hard for some people to hear, especially if you feel like, okay, I'm in this pale energy, like everything is kind of falling apart, or it feels like something is set up to fail. It's not. Sometimes the Spirit has to course correct us, and the only way Spirit can do that sometimes is to cause blockages or the end of the road for certain paths, so we will naturally navigate somewhere else, you know? Because if you're not on the right path but everything's going great, you're going to assume I am on the right path, everything is going good. So I feel like there's this energy here of Spirit creating a block or a restriction or a barrier where it's like, no, we want you to just come over this way and start walking that way. That's the energy I'm getting for some of you. But either way, you're very protected. And if there is somebody who's trying to do some kind of scammy, tomfoolery, whatever, when it comes to your money, it's like you're protected against that too. You might have seen the scam a mile away. Like, you're not really a Nigerian prince, are you? Right? It's like giving that kind of energy. Like, you're not really who you say you are, or this isn't really what you claim it to be, or you know what I mean? Like, why am I paying for a contract where you only do half the work? Or you don't show up sometimes, or whatever. It's like, yeah, you're going to see something, or you're going to suss something right off the bat that isn't right. For some of you, if this is like in regards to that marriage that we have picked up on, it's like you're going to see that somebody is a liar, or somebody is using you, or somebody has made false promises. Like, oh, if you could just carry us for like the first 6 months, I'm going to have this opportunity that's going to come in, and then I'm going to be able to help contribute to the finances, the household expenses and stuff. But here it's been like 6 years, right? And this person hasn't gotten a job yet. It's like, some of you it's not that severe. Like, you figured this out a lot sooner. But yeah, it's like seeing that something isn't what it claims to be, or something isn't what you thought it was going to be. But Spirit's saying ultimately you are protected, okay? What else do we have here for Gemini gang, please? For their career and their finances, I wanted to say career and financial blessings. So I do feel like there are going to be some blessings here, you know? Look, okay? The bowl, plenty of material things. Yes, okay? There are going to be some blessings here that are coming in. We have shopping, redecorating, a glow up, right? This is always giving like the cornucopia type of energy, like the harvest, you know, feeling very grateful, very thankful for the harvest that's coming in. And I feel like that's what's happening here for some of you guys. Like, there is a glow up, there is a harvest that you're ready for that's about to be presented to you. I feel like you've been working very hard, and then we have the pen, which is a new job or career selected, North Node vibes, big scary changes. You will be offered a new opportunity. Okay? Yes. Look on the bottom. Fan, romance, celebration, party. What I'm getting with this is networking, or being introduced to new things, new people, new spaces, a reason to celebrate. For some of you guys, if you've been like looking for a job, or you've been trying to change your career, or you've been trying to achieve a goal, you might have this happen, and then there's going to be a reason to celebrate this, okay? I do feel like also for some of you, it's like you're going to be attracting a lot of new opportunities in, and this could be part of this recognition with the sun. The sun is very magnetic. It's like it shines, you know, you can't deny it. You can't deny its power. You can't deny its presence. And I'm feeling that energy for you with whatever you do. Like, you do something very well, okay? And this is opening up opportunities. But yes, for some of you, whatever this is that you're wanting to remove yourself from, you are going to be seeing that, you know, this has paid off for me. Like, moving away from something, or letting something go, or, you know, leaving behind the need to control situations and let myself go with the flow, let myself kind of have this abundance come in, it's really helping you. Now we have a lot out here, so let's kind of go ahead and start clarifying some of this. The sun, what is this talking about for Gemini with their finances and career? What is this sun talking about? I'm hearing that song, I want to soak up the sun, okay? Yeah, I feel like you do want to soak up the sun. Some of you guys are maybe you've taken a little break or you've been called back, rest your energy. And you're like, how can I rest when the bag is waiting, right? And Spirit's like, look, the bag is going to be there. This is not one of those type of situations where it's like, we need to jump on this now or we're going to miss this opportunity. Oh, no. Something is very much in divine timing and things are working behind the scenes to help you out. You are very protected here, okay? So there's no need to kind of like feel like you need to constantly grind or force something to happen. It's going to happen. With the Temperance energy and the Four of Cups, I feel like you're balancing yourself out. You're healing, maybe through some personal things or maybe from a sense of rejection that you've been facing. But I do feel what's healing here with the Four of Cups, we see the energy of dissatisfaction, right? We see the energy of apathy, or we see a sense of frustration on this card. He's very frustrated. He feels like he's put in a lot of time and effort, and for some reason it's not paying off. Spirit is saying sometimes when we're in this energy, we need to step back and we need to balance, recenter ourselves, reground ourselves so we can refocus, because Spirit is trying to offer something to you. This could be directly leading to whatever this time to get out of the situation. Maybe this just isn't it, right? But Spirit's like, don't worry, I have something else here. The pen, new job, new career, okay? So if something is falling away, if something is fading away, guys, if something feels like it's not what you thought it was going to be or what you had expectations for or whatever, it's like Spirit is saying there's something better, actually. Like there's something better. So don't mourn this for too long. Don't stay focused on this for too long. Don't drain your energy or, stay stuck for too long, because whatever this is that's waiting for you is going to be so much more fulfilling, so much better, and it's going to give you so much more. The Emperor can talk about standing in your own power. It can talk about being your own boss. It can definitely be like CEO vibes, entrepreneur vibes, right? Building an empire. But the Emperor can also talk about stubbornness. And I kind of get that for some of you. In fact, Sun being Leo, one of the most stubborn signs I know. Not the only one. We are all stubborn in our own way, but Leo can be, synonymous with having too much pride. And I feel like that can be the energy here of where it's like we really need to step back. Also, it's interesting because I'm seeing the trine of fire signs here. We have Leo, we have Aries, and then of course Temperance is Sagittarius. So I don't know why that's significant. Maybe you have a lot of fire in your chart. Maybe something's going to be blowing up and feeling better or healing, or you're going to be having these realizations during a fire sign season, or currently in Leo, but the next one is Sagittarius. Okay. So yeah, it's like we are pulling ourselves back and we're balancing after feeling this disappointment or feeling like very frustrated, or maybe even feeling like we're missing an opportunity here. Or we've missed something, okay? This is what's healing, this light after this tunnel of just like, okay, this isn't it. What is this pale? Time to get out of a situation. What is this talking about? We have the Strength, Leo energy coming back out. So this Leo season can be very significant for you to kind of gain clarity on what's working and what's not working, right? Strength, of course, talks about inner strength. It talks about bravery. It also talks about battling the beasts within, right? And being the one in charge. It talks about being the calm in the chaos, in the storm, right? The storm is something that she controls. It doesn't take her over. And I feel like there's something here where you are going to have bravery, strength, courage to be able to recognize when something's just not working for you, right? Sometimes, again, with the strength, the shadow element to strength is definitely that ego. It's definitely that pride before fall. It's that energy here of like, no, I'm going to hold on to something because I've invested. I have my name behind this. I have my face. If I admit defeat now, if I admit failure, and Spirit's like, this is not about failure. This is not about defeat. This is about alignment. Okay? This is about what's aligned for you and what's not aligned for you. So for some of you, if this is talking about leaving a connection, leaving a situation, leaving something that's draining you financially, or it's just not giving you what you expect or what you deserve, This is not, again, about admitting a defeat or failure. This is about doing what's best for you and getting into alignment for what's best for you. With the Eight of Wands, again, something might just feel like it's very hard to control. It's out of control, which is so funny because I see the paradox here where we have her kind of feeling like, or at least looking, right, like she can't handle this. But you have this one over here that is more than capable of handling this. So you might feel like you have to make a daring choice or a daring decision when it comes to your finances that might feel like, I'm not going to be able to handle this. But on the outside, you look calm, you look composed, and that's the energy that Spirit wants you to exude. It's almost giving like a fake it till you make it type of energy. What is this that they're getting out of? This could even just be a mindset, y'all, especially with all that energy of like courage and bravery. It could definitely be a mindset. What is this that they're getting out of? We have the Magician with the Two of Swords. There's like a message that I'm getting here, but it's like taking reckless action. Like not having forethought or not having planning when we're taking an action, because the Magician represents the action, but it also represents somebody skilled. But then the Two of Swords, for some reason, it's giving shooting at the hip type of energy for some reason today. You know, because she's blindfolded, she can't see where she's throwing, but she's throwing anyway. I mean, she's hitting the mark, and you might just be, again, that's that protection energy coming through. But I feel like what we're not doing anymore is just taking like loosey-goosey chances or something like that. Like we're not going to leave something up to fate or to death or to destiny. I don't know. That's the kind of energy, like up to chance. Like I'm getting the energy like there is no such thing as chance. Like I'm the one that's in control of my destiny, right? I'm the one that has the power here. This isn't about me staying, you know, separated from my life, like being in the back seat while somebody else or something else is driving my life. No, I'm the one that steps up. I'm the one that decides to take off the blindfold and look where I'm throwing the dart. I'm the one that's taking control, because that's what I'm getting. Like with what you're not doing anymore is you're not giving up your control, or you're not giving up your power. And again, Aries energy with the Magician. This is also Gemini energy, but it is Aries for me. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's something with the fire trine. Okay? I don't know what that's about. But it's for somebody though. Like maybe you have like a fire, sun, moon, rising, or fire, moon, rising, Venus or something. I don't know. There's something in your chart. Maybe your North Node is in a fire energy. Okay. But yeah, I'm feeling that energy here. Like we're not giving up our power anymore. That's what we're getting out of. We're getting out of a situation where we have been giving up our power. We've been giving up our freedom and our right to decide or to choose or to manifest or cultivate. We're taking the control back. Okay, shit. What is this coins here for Gemini gang? What is this coin talking about? Money will be coming to you. Ships are coming in. Financial issues are clearing up. What is this coin talking about for Gemini when it comes to their finances and their money? For some of you, you can expect some kind of windfall. Like, look, the star. I don't say that very often, guys, but I am getting that. Like, for some of you, there could be a windfall coming in because for some reason I'm getting like, let the coin fall down on me, right? That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Like the coin is about to start falling down for somebody out of the sky, maybe even quite literally. I know that sounds crazy, but there could be something where maybe a dollar bill or something floats down from the sky and it's a sign. Or maybe you know, I don't know, guys. It feels impossible, but this is a message I'm getting, like a coin hitting you in the head out of nowhere. Like, where the hell did that come from? It's like, Spirit's like, that's just a taste of what's about to happen. That's for somebody. Maybe some of you guys are going to be finding money, or there's going to be like little synchronicities or little signs that money is coming in. Okay, I'm feeling that very strongly. But yes, for some of you, I'm seeing a windfall, and with the star, that's definitely backing this up because yes, this is my healing energy. It's a healer. It's a light worker, you know, and so you could be, of course, helping others, and the repayment is going to be in your finances, or you're going to be very abundant with whatever you do. But this is also talking about star power, recognition, being known for whatever it is that you do, right? Having some kind of ability or skill here. But I'm also getting wish fulfillment, okay? And I'm getting things coming down from the ethers. So I just got to say it. I feel like for some of you, there could be a windfall. For some of you, this could be maybe, unfortunately, but fortunately an inheritance, or this could be a settlement, or this could be like maybe a long awaited result, because the stars are very far away, right? Like very far away. So for some of you, something might have felt like it was so far away, but now it's happening. So if you've been waiting on money or something like that, if you've been waiting on something to kind of get better, that's what I'm getting here. We have a sail away on the bottom of the deck, Six of Swords, but Six of Swords, of course, is more than just moving on or moving forward. Of course, it can be, but it's also about your sense of mental stability. It's you feeling better, right? You're not overthinking things. You're not in this state of constant battle or chaos, or feeling like the odds are stacked against you, like nobody wins here. You're feeling like you're free to move, or you're free to flow, you know? And I'm getting that energy. Also, Six of Swords for me can sometimes represent communication, and I do get that energy here, like communication coming in with these ships that are coming in, right? Traditionally on the Six of Swords, we see somebody on a boat sailing off, ships coming in. I feel like this could be maybe somebody wanting to showcase you, focus on you, help you in some kind of way. Either way, it's really good vibes, guys. Like, it just is, okay? What is this cobweb for Gemini? What's being protected when it comes to their finances and their career? What is being protected when it comes to their, look, Seven of Swords. For some reason, I'm getting like a sleazy car salesman. And that's what I was picking up with this high expectations and then this nose looking like Pinocchio. That's what I was picking up, guys. I feel like you have somebody around you who's maybe like a scammer or a con artist, or somebody who would like to come in and maybe take your ideas, take your energy, take your money, you know, like, and you're seeing through something, okay? And that's the protection here, because when you see through something, you can actually take the steps needed to remove yourself from that situation. If the wool's being pulled over your eyes and you're not recognizing that you're being played here, you know, you're going to let yourself be played because you don't think you are. So Spirit might be revealing some things, and it could be some harsh realities here about some people around you or some things that you've invested in. And it could be this energy of like feeling kind of let down, to be honest, by somebody or something. But also thankful, because it's like, wow, I could have went in a lot deeper than I was, you know? So this could be somebody who's like, you know, got a get quick rich type of scheme for you, or like a Ponzi scheme, or a pyramid scheme, or I don't know, right? I'm getting that kind of energy. Like, this is like one of those people that goes around. I remember back in the day, if any of y'all have ever had this happen, where that person goes around and they sell that cleaner, and that shit's supposed to be so strong, it can take the stains right off of your sidewalk, right off of your driveway. And they'll do like a whole little demonstration, and they'll put that stuff out there and they'll scrub it off. And it's like, holy crap, I've been trying to get that oil stain off for forever, you know? And it comes off with whatever they're using. Yeah, I'll buy a bottle. Shit, I'll buy 10 bottles. But then you get sold like water and Dawn dish soap, and that ain't what they used. It's like, do we ever even really know what they used? Because maybe that's like, that's kind of what I'm getting, okay? Like, I'm getting something like that. Like somebody presenting something of like, this is going to be awesome. Like, you are going to make so much money, or this is going to be amazing. And then you get it, and it's, or you do it, and it's like, okay, this really isn't amazing, actually. Okay? So use your spidey senses, right? Use your spidey senses, suss out the situation, ask important questions, feel out the energy, because you are going to be given the messages that you need to see through whatever this is that somebody's trying to sell you, or somebody's trying to get you involved in, or somebody's trying to do, right? Now, if this is not so much a scam, and it's more like people coming in trying to take your ideas, trying to like take credit for your work or something like that, like that's not going to work out for them. Whatever they're trying to take credit for, whatever they're trying to act like they did, they achieved, they, you know, like, yep, this is all my hard work. And it's like, no, it wasn't. That's going to be seen through. Because, you know, the thing about taking other people's work, taking other people's personalities, copying people, things like that, is you're expected to follow through, right? You're expected to actually continue to be that. But that's not authentic or organic to them. So when they're actually asked to perform or follow through, what are they going to do? They're not being themselves. And if you're not giving them any more material to use, well, they're going to fall flat. So there's something here with that, guys. Like, you're going to be protected from that. Yeah, something is going to be at ease or at rest. You're going to be able to relax. You're going to be able to heal from whatever this is. But I'm also getting if something was trying to stagnate you. Now, this does say forces beyond your control. So if there was some kind of negative energy or something that was trying to stagnate you, you're not going to be affected by this any longer. I feel like you have a very strong spiritual team that they ride for you, okay? And I feel like there's been a lot of behind the scenes, like, spiritual warfare that's been going on around you. And maybe you've been feeling this energetically, or maybe you're not aware of it at all. But either way, it's been happening. And I feel like you're being defended on the other side. Okay, but this also takes you taking some kind of defense yourself, like defending yourself, being smart, reading the contract, again, asking the questions, listening to your feelings, listening to the red flags, knowing that that bottle that they use on your oil stain is not what you're going to be sold. You know what? This is what you do, okay? This is what you do. They sell you the bottle. Okay, I'll buy that bottle. I'll buy that bottle right there in your hand, but I want you to open that bottle up in front of me, put it on that stain, and clean it. Yeah, do that, okay? And then if it don't work, well, obviously there's something going on here, but if it does work, cool. You know? It's like, there's something like that, okay? No offense for anybody who ever went around selling those things, okay? We have the pen here. New job, new career. What is this talking about? Actually, first we had the bowl. No, Spirit's like, keep it how it is. Okie dokie. Yeah, because I feel like you get the new job, the new career, and that's what leads to this abundance or this harvest for some of you, okay? What is this? This new job, this new career, North Node selected, big scary changes here. Look, we have the Chariot, Cancerian energy coming out with this Eight of Swords. Of course, that's the fear. Right? Eight of Swords is not technically talking about anything that's really there. Like, it's not talking about something that's a real threat or a real blockage. It's more something in your head. But of course, like I say all the time, these blockages that are in our mind can hold us back in very real ways. So I never disregard or whatever, like, you know, shit that's going on in your mind, Gemini, because if you don't believe in yourself or you're feeling stuck, like, you're not going to make progress, right? So there is something here where we do need to make a daring move. Maybe we need to embrace the unexpected. Maybe we need to take some kind of chance. You know, he's slaying the dragon, so he is going after his fears here. And the Chariot, of course, talks about being steadfast, moving ahead, right? Making some kind of progression. So the only thing that's going to hold you back in this situation is your own mind, your own fears, right? And Spirit might be like, look, I can protect you from the person who's selling the magical cleaner on the sidewalk, but I can't protect you from your own thoughts, right? Like, I can't protect you from your own limiting beliefs or your own lack mentality or your own sense of, like, unworthiness, right? Like, that's something that you have to recognize and face head on and work on. Tell yourself that you're a liar, right? Because whatever this is that's coming in for you, you can achieve this. You will achieve this. You will. It's a big, scary change, but it's taking you towards your destiny. It's taking you towards your North Node, and this is bringing more opportunities in. And again, this could be something that's being offered to you because all nights are talking about pursuing, right? It's a pursuative type of energy. So there could be somebody who's like, you know what, I think you'd be great for this. I think you'd be awesome. We want to pursue you. Somebody could be sitting back kind of studying you or watching you, or maybe they're looking over your resume. Maybe they're calling around to your former jobs. Somebody is definitely doing the work when it comes to somebody out here. I don't know who this is. Yeah, I'm hearing, that's a male cardinal outside my window, but I'm hearing a bird, and somebody could definitely be like, you know, I don't know, they're going to message you or they're going to reach out to you. There's going to be a message that comes through. Again, somebody could be doing their research or trying to, you know, like, I think this person would be great here. Or this could even be like the energy, like, you apply for something and you get offered something else. Like, you know, like, it could be like you apply for a certain position and they're like, you know what, we were thinking, let us know how you feel about this, but we actually think you'd be better for this position that's open, you know? It reminds me of, like, one time where that happened to me one time where I applied for a certain position and then they actually wanted to offer me, like, the leadership position. And I was like, whoa. I was like, applying for like literally entry, bottom of the barrel, like, you know, and they wanted to offer me the tippy top. Like, I felt so much imposter syndrome, so much fear, so much, you know, but I ended up jumping into it and it ended up working out for me. You know, like, it was a very good experience. I learned a lot. I made a lot of money. Like, it really worked out for me to take that chance and believe in myself. Like, somebody else around you could see more in yourself than you see in yourself, you know, which is very common. Sometimes we don't see how great we are, you know? Like, think about the sun. Like, we look up at the sun and we're like, oh my God, it's so bright, it's so big, it's so warm, right? It's so magnetic, it's so powerful. And the sun's just like coming out and like, wow, look, another beautiful day, you know? But the sun doesn't realize that it's the motherfucking reason that we're having the motherfucking beautiful day. It's the sun, right? But the sun doesn't know that. The sun's just like, wow, everything's always so bright and shiny. It's like, yeah, because you're bright and shiny, sun. Thank you, you know? Thank you for showing up. It's that kind of energy. Like, somebody sees you as a lot brighter than maybe you see yourself. And they might offer you something, but this is going to be scary and you're going to need to trust whatever this is. Yeah, this could be a contract here. Look, the sun. Okay. Yeah, this could be a contract. This could be something, but this is going to balance out the scales in your life because something's been massively unbalanced here. You know, like, this is karmic justice for you. Like, this is what you deserve. You deserve this shit. It's giving that kind of energy, guys. I don't know. Maybe you've been taking less than you deserve for a long time, right? Yeah, this is definitely somebody wanting you to commit to something or to take ownership of something, for sure. What is this bowl here? Plenty of material things. Look, Page of Pentacles. And then we have the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Yes, the success that's coming in is going to help you up level your life. It's going to help you maybe travel or, you know, indulge, buy some skincare, maybe get a new car, maybe get some new furniture, get some new clothes, you know, put some money in the bank if that's what's an indulgence for you, right? Like, whatever it is, it's like you're going to be able to, like, enjoy your money a little bit and level up, play around with your money a little bit. I'm getting somebody like going on a vacation or traveling or maybe going on like a cruise or something, or going somewhere they've always wanted to go. Like, if you've always wanted to go to, I don't know, Canada was the first place that popped up. Like, who doesn't? Canada's a beautiful place, but I don't know. For some of you, maybe you want to go to Canada, or maybe you want to go to Egypt, or maybe you want to go to Italy or France or Morocco or Germany or whatever. Like, for some of you, maybe you want to come to America. Like, whatever this is, like, you want to travel somewhere. You've always wanted to go to a certain place. Some of you might get the finances to be able to do that. If you've ever wanted to move to a certain place, you're like, you know, forget that whole vacation thing. I want to save up my money to move, to relocate. I want to live in my dream place. You know? That could be something that could be being opened up through this extra finances or this boost that's coming in, because you're going to be very successful when it comes to something with the Six of Wands. Like, there will be recognition, just point blank period. There will be achievement. There will be success coming in. Okay, for sure. Whoa, uh-oh, hold on, card went flying. All right, it was the Hermit. I'm getting a couple of messages. First of all, something is divinely given to you, because this is my card of Spirit, right? It's also Virgo energy. It's like something is divinely orchestrated here. And in fact, when I look down at this board, I'm seeing a lot of majors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 majors. Look, I was like, I guarantee you there's a major on the bottom. 8 majors. That's a lot, you know? So this is something that is really like a huge pivotal point in your life. Okay. Another thing I'm getting is some of you, you want to just like live a nice, simple life. You want to have everything that you need, but you want to be able to like build a house, have a farm, have a greenhouse, maybe, you know, like have the finer things in life, but low key is kind of the energy I'm getting. Like, you want to be a little bit isolated on your own, and this money that's coming in is going to afford you that. Now, the devil, of course, is not always the most positive energy. We know this. However, every card has a dualistic energy to it. Not every card is just shadow or just light, okay? And so the devil's light attributes are material wealth, doing very well in something, being very recognized, right? You could also be talking about like being very popular or well known in the entertainment industry, because apparently the devil was like, you know, of course, like Lucifer, right? So he was like the lead of like the music or whatever in heaven. And so that's why people connect that to Hollywood being ran by the devil. Like, that's just, I don't know, that's a whole conspiracy type of deal, but that's how I'm connecting this. Like for some of you, you might be well known when it comes to something that you're doing, like performative wise, okay? But for the devil's shadow aspect, of course, we see restrictions, we see fear, right? We see attachments. And of course, with spirit, it's like a detach, right? You don't need to be attached to anything because you are anything and you are everything. And anything that you could want, you already exist within you, right? So there's a feeling here of not allowing yourself to get too attached to outcomes or the way that things go, not to get too swept away by fear mindsets or lack mentalities, because everything that you could ever want is already within you or on the way to you, right? So that's just kind of what I'm getting here, guys. Let's go ahead and get some advice and additional messages for my Gemini gang, okay? Advice and additional, oh Lord, okay. We have the sickle, focus, regrowth, and letting go, right? So the thing about the sickle is it's like a double-edged sword in a sense. It is a item that we use to harvest, but it's also an item that we use to weed and cut away the unnecessary. And I feel like that's something that is happening. There is like a reevaluation or a refocus on something. Like we saw that here in the middle, like taking your power back when it comes to something. Because whatever you're cutting back, it's going to grow. It's giving the energy here of like when you prune a plant, when you're like a new plant parent, sometimes like the worst thing that you can think of is cutting your precious plant, which actually it's so funny because I've been considering giving this plant a trim because it's getting like out of control. It's all the way over here, which you guys don't see, but it's across my whole board. And people will be like, oh my God, that's all that growth. Why would you cut it off? It took you so long to grow that. But the thing about it is that when you trim your plant, you actually stimulate growth in other areas. It creates a more bushier, more fuller plant, a healthier plant overall. Because over time, with these, runners or this growth that happens, like the leaves start to get smaller. I mean, look at the difference here. This is a leaf that's just starting out towards the beginning of the plant, and then this is one that's been growing for a minute. Like it's like twice the size, right? The one over here. So it's like things kind of get smaller. I don't know. That's what I'm getting, guys. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, all right? But that's kind of what I'm getting. Like sometimes we need to give a little trimmer, we need to cut back some things, or we need to make some cuts because it's actually going to give us abundance in other areas. Okay, I don't know, make that make sense. Okay, but that's what I got. What else do we have here for Gemini gang? We have the cauldron. You stirring something up, I see, right? Mixing something up. It says creation, opportunity, and caring. Yeah, you've been taking a lot of care and patience and time to work on something. There's opportunity that's coming. Opportunity for you to maybe create something new. We have roots, healthy patterns, and early growth. Now, something I am getting with this cauldron and this roots, with the web being protected and the Seven of Swords, yes, there could be somebody who's maybe been trying to spin some kind of illusion or create something that would not fare well for you. Again, we know that you're protected, so we don't need to really hold too hard onto that message, but that is something to be aware of, right? In fact, with these skulls, I'm getting like an ending, like maybe somebody tried to create an ending for you, or if they're into the heebie-jeebies, like they've done some kind of ending spell or binding spell or restriction or something like that. I don't know, okay? But that's what I'm getting here, though. I feel like there is some kind of growth that's going to be taking place, some kind of opportunity coming in. Something is getting rooted in, too, okay? So it's going to be more stable. Okay, we have the sun coming out. We've seen the sun so much in your reading. Healing energy, happiness, comfort, and joy. All the good things, right? And then we have preserve, security, forethought, and thrift. This is like my resourceful card. This is also somebody storing something away for winter, right? So maybe you're going to be saving money here. Or there's this energy of like, something, again, being long lasting. We have the butterfly, transformation, joy, beauty. Oh my gosh, I can't speak all of a sudden. Joy, beauty, and transcendence. We have snow, rest and contemplation. While you're in the midst of this transformation, allow yourself to rest, okay? We have the broom, energy, clearing, and freshening. Yes, I feel like you're going to be cleansing out some kind of energy, like gone now, especially when it comes to somebody or something that is just not what it claims to be. It's like, I'm good on that. sweeping you up out of my life here. And last but not least, we have the Sage, wisdom, purification, and harmony. Some of you do need to do some kind of cleansing here for sure, okay? But yeah, there's going to be some kind of harmony or balance that's coming in when it comes to your finances. So we like to see it, Gemini. That has been your reading. I do hope that helps. Hope it resonates. Hope it does something. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.